Chapter 1. The Studio Problems. Tommy got his coffee from the desk. He was really tired after drawing the character Bendy for the 150th time. 150,000th time. But who's keeping count? He turns around and saw his friend Riley, a fellow artist from the studio. "Hey, Riley," he called out. She turned to him and smiled slightly. "Hey, Tommy." She walked into his office. They both looked at the Bendy clock on the wall. "It's late. What are you doing here still?" Tommy asked. "A lot of work due tomorrow," Riley chuckled. "Yeah, tell me about it. It's ridiculous." Riley didn't laugh at this. She just smiled and thought. "We had 3 weeks to do this cartoon, right?" Tommy looked at his mug. It's empty. "Damn it. Riley, you wanna come get more coffee?" Riley came out of her thoughts. Yeah, sure." They walked out of the office and bumped into Audrey, the daughter of Joey Drew. "Oh, hey, Audrey. Didn't know you were still here," Tommy said. Audrey smiled. "Yep, still here, just working in the office." "Hey, what's with these crazy deadlines? Tomorrow all the scenes need to be done?" Tommy asked, sounding slightly annoyed. Audrey looked at him. "Crazy deadlines? You did have 3 weeks to do this cartoon," she said, her voice rising in tone. "What did you do in all those 3 weeks?" she asked, with a tone Riley never heard from her before. Tommy was speechless. He worked on it for a week, then got distracted for 2 weeks. He's been working on the scenes with Riley. He's been working on them for all 3 weeks, every day and night. Whatever. We got them almost done. Right, Riley? Riley looked at Tommy, and then at Audrey. She knew that they were almost done because her hand cramped for a week. Tommy, well, he only did one scene, then complained about something. She couldn't remember. She went home because of her hand, and Tommy started to finish this cartoon. She looked up from the floor and realized they are still arguing about it. "You have to do teamwork, not do everything else but the cartoon," Audrey yelled. "Well, if you would help, miss, I'm the daughter of Joey Drew," Tommy mocked. We would have got this done." Audrey's eye twitched. She stormed off to her office. Riley flinched at the door slamming. Riley looked at Tommy. He was smirking. Thunder roared, shaking the whole studio. Riley shuddered, and Tommy looked at the elevator. We should go down soon before the power goes out," Tommy said, motioning for Riley to follow him. They stepped in the elevator. The door began to close when a pair of hands pulled them open, making Riley scream. "Room for one more?" "Yeah, Wilson. Come on in," Tommy said. Wilson, the janitor, with a foggy eye and little strands of hair on his head. Riley pushed herself against the wall. She never liked Wilson. His voice gave her the creeps. He stared at her. A lot. Then the elevator stopped. Tommy looked up at the ceiling as Riley screamed. Wilson, on the other hand, was too calm. "Another power outage. Just give it a second," he said. The doors finally opened, and Wilson walked out, followed by Tommy. "Come on, Riley," he called for her. She hesitated, but went with them. When she caught up with them, Wilson opened a door. "Someone's been tampering with the museum. You two, go find the artifacts," he commanded. Riley looked at the pedestals. "We need a book, a record, an ink bottle, a Bendy plush, a wrench, and a gear." A terrible screech made Riley turn to her right. Tommy pulled a gear out from a box. "Tommy, is that gear for something important?" Riley asked. Tommy shrugged. Don't know, don't care. Got the gear. He placed it on the pedestal. It moved downward and a light clicked on. Riley found this weird. Okay, 5 more left. I'll get the wrench and record, you get the Bendy plush, the ink bottle, and the book, Tommy said, walking away. Riley looked back at Wilson. He was staring at the machine, whispering something she couldn't hear. Tommy opened the music door. He already found the wrench. He was looking around the room. Little radios and music sheets. Where the hell is this record? He opened a chest and found the record. Ugh, finally, Tommy said, grabbing it and rolling his eyes as he turns around and heads back toward the museum. Riley grabbed the ink bottle. She sighed, this is taking too long. We won't be able to finish the cartoon. She turned and found the book. She grabbed it. She walked into another office. It was empty except for a Bendy plush. Where is she? Tommy tapped his foot. Wilson was still looking at the machine. Riley walked into the room and placed the ink bottle. She squeezed the Bendy plush and she looked at the book, The Illusion of Living, by Joey Drew. She placed it on the last pedestal. Okay, Wilson, we're done, Tommy said. Wilson shut and locked the door. What? Riley asked. What the hell are you doing, Wilson? What are you doing? Oh, what the hell, Wilson? What are you doing? Tommy exclaimed. Find me. I'll show you your purpose, Wilson said as the room floods. Wilson, what are you... He grabs Tommy and Riley. Riley screams, Now we die, Wilson said calmly. Tommy struggled. They got pulled into the ink. Tommy and Riley hears a voice that sounded grumbled.
What's this? New souls. New souls to hunt. Yes.
This voice spoke. Tommy coughs up ink. What the fuck, Wilson? He wiped the ink from his mouth, only to find his arm was inky. Pointed fingers like some ink creature. He looked at his body. Ink smeared all over his clothes. What the hell is wrong with me? He looks up at a poster. Wilson knows your purpose. Then a crackle of a speaker rang out. Children of the machine, I, Wilson, the one who killed the ink demon, needs your help. 2 new strangers are there. Find them and bring them to me. The speaker cuts out. Tommy's face twitched. He clenched his fists. He was angry at one person. Wilson! His voice echoes through the halls.